What is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. I am Jim Davis. We're playing some Arena today. We're playing the deck that I played a few weeks ago in the Fandom Legends tournament. I made top 8 with it. And it's a pretty cool take on Esper Control. So, I don't know, you're thinking Esper Control. Alright, yeah. Well, Fall of the Thran? There's an Armageddon in Standard right now. A card that literally says, destroy all lands, period. And some other stuff after that too. Well, that's the part we're going to work on. So, 6 mana enchantment. This is a saga. It says, step 1, destroy all lands. So it comes into play, destroys all lands immediately. Then, each of the next 2 turns, each player gets to return 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. So it's an Armageddon, and then each player gets 4 total lands back over 2 turns. Now, if only there was a way we could break this. That works pretty well. Ashiok Dreamrender is a card that's been seeing more and more play in Standard, often in sideboards. Of course, the Not Search effect is very good against Scape Shift and cards like Golos, and denying them the ability to search, Circuitous Route, Scape Shift, so good against various Field of the Dead decks. And the mill part, well, the mill part's okay. A dedicated mill deck in Standard is pretty tough. However, there's an important extra clause in the bottom of the mill part that says, exile each opponent's graveyard. So you have a bona fide graveyard hate card here. And with the rise of the new 4-color Kethis Legend deck we played last week, that deck's really good. This sort of graveyard hate is actually really valuable. So Ashiok comes into play as kind of a main deck hate card against, again, Scape Shift decks, against the Legend decks, and any other deck using the graveyard. You know, it can keep Search for Escanta from flipping. It can do a few other, various things. But for the most part, it's there for that. And then, of course, when you put the two together, oh boy, we have a one-sided Armageddon where you get to kill all the lands, and then you get 4 lands back yourself. And it's not hard to see why this would end the game pretty quickly. Now, it's important when you're going to have cards like this in your deck that they do other things, and they work well with other things as well. Played straight up, Fall of the Thran probably isn't good enough. It's good against Scape Shifts, which is one of the large reasons we're playing it, simply because of how good it is against all of the Field of the Dead decks. But it's not great. But we can use either Teferi, Time Raveler, or Teferi Hero of Dominaria to also break Fall of the Thran and turn it into just a straight Armageddon. So if we play Fall of the Thran, destroys all lands. If we have either Teferi in play, we can use the bounce ability or the tuck ability to remove the Fall of the Thran from the battlefield. Therefore, no one gets their lands back. So that's an actual Armageddon. If we use the Ashiok combo, it's a one-sided Armageddon. We kill all their lands and get our lands back. Using Teferi is an actual Armageddon. All lands go away. So you must be ahead on board when you do that. But it is a way to lock the game up immediately. And again, very powerful against various Field of the Dead strategies. Otherwise, we're playing, most of the usual stuff here. We're playing 0 creatures, so our opponent's kill spells are going to be dead. We've gone back to Kaya's Wrath, very good against Nissa, vampires, and things like that. And then one of the cool things is that we have Narset, who's obviously just a very good card, but between Narset and Teferi, we only have 2 copies each of our combo cards. It's pretty easy to find them. Narset digs really deep. The 2 turns you have Narset in play and you're activating it, you see 10 total cards. That is 1/6 of your deck. So it makes it pretty easy to find your important pieces. And the only other major deviation is that we are playing 1 copy of Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Our Winged Edition is basically decking. We're going to be using Ashiok or just naturally decking our opponent. But if our opponent has Nexus of Fate in their deck, then things get a little awkward, because if they're smart, even if we destroy all of our lands, they can just draw up to 8 cards, discard Nexus every turn, and never deck. That's a problem. So Jace stands in as a extra win condition, as well as just a good card. Just a Planeswalker, draws cards. Not a bad card at all. Usual removal suite here, Disfigure, Cast Down, Legion's End, all the usual stuff. I think that one of the important things about brewing up decks in a Standard format, especially one as developed as this one, is that you can't play too many bad cards. So a deck like this, we're a variation on a theme, but our deck's still pretty good. We're playing a cool win condition and a cool little combo, but all of our cards are still good. realistically, we're playing Teferi and Kaya's Wrath, and we should be in good shape. And another good thing is that the Ashiok and the Fall of a Thran are very good in matchups we might struggle in. So against Field of the Dead decks, they can often just keep playing lands and making zombies and really ruining your day. Now you have a good answer to that. Against the Legend decks, if you give them too long, they'll just combo you. Well, now we have an answer to that. And if we play against vampires, we're still playing Kaya's Wrath and Oath of Kaya and Teferi and Legion's End, always good cards too. So, deck seems pretty sweet. Sideboard's very good. Disfigure, Duress, Noxious Grasp, a lot of the usual stuff. Elderspell. Only one Dovin's Veto. It's pretty awkward in Teferi Mirrors. The third Ashiok resides in the board to come in when really, really good. Playing 2 copies of Thief of Sanity. This card's fallen out of favor a lot. If you want to know why, it's because it's a Teferi Time Raveler. If you play a Thief of Sanity, and then your opponent plays a Teferi Time Raveler and bounces your Thief of Sanity, the board state is now each player with 3 lands, they have a Teferi, and we're on the back foot. And now we kind of have to replay our Thief on turn 4 and play from behind, and it's just a really bad spot to be. So Teferi has really pushed Thief of Sanity out of the format. But I think playing a few copies in our sideboard is pretty nice. Good against Nexus decks, good alternate way to win. And again, it puts our opponent on their toes where they're not sure if they want to have removal or not. It's nice. Bell-Haunt great against aggro decks, the 4th Wrath, and then Enter the God Eternals. Want to make sure you beat those aggro decks. So, pretty fun variation in a theme. I call it Ashiok-Geddon. Let's jump right onto the ladder and start battling. We haven't played too much this season. I believe we're somewhere in Diamond, I think. But, let's see if we can go a little beyond that right now and destroy some lands. Not very often you see a board state of a few planeswalkers and no other permanents in Standard. Armageddon is a classic Magic card. Alright. And, yeah, that's not a very good hand. Let's mulligan. Alright, we are on the draw. I mean, this hand's pretty gross, too. I think we have to keep this hand. We have all tap lands, we have no black, but we can't really afford to go to 5. Any black land, this hand's actually really good. We're going to keep, and might actually just ship a Glacial Fortress. The 3rd Fortress is not that good anyway. Could be Wrath, too. This Wrath needs double black. It's rather Fortress. Opponent also mulliganed to 6. Boy. I think it's Wrath. We're just too far from casting it. We do want the lands to cast Teferi, so let's keep this 6. Breeding Pool, go. Alright. Definitely need a little help here. Paradise Druid. So, kind of wishing we had kept that Wrath, maybe, and we've drawn 2 duplicates. Not very good. Yeah, looks like we're in trouble here. Now I've drawn 3 duplicates. Man. Nice shuffler. Jeez. I imagine we are probably dead here. There's a 5-drop. Let's activate Crime Speaker. Probably get Risen Reef. And we're just going to concede the game and go to the next game. So, pretty unfortunate to not play any spells in our first game, but what are you going to do? Just go to the next game. The advantage that will be gained in the next few turns would far outpace any top-decked Black Source, and Wrath. So, unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. Prime Speaker something or other. Definitely want the Wrath. We want these Noxious Grasps. We want the Wrath for sure. I'm unsure about our Ashiok combo. I don't think you want Elderspell. No, it's probably not necessary. Interesting. I don't really think I want the 3rd Disfigure. And then we're on the play. Maybe on the play we try and get him with a Thief of Sanity. They're probably not playing much removal. They're playing Prime Speaker. Yeah, I think we're going to cut the combo. They have a lot of mana creatures and stuff. And on the play, I think I'd rather try and get him. And then maybe on the draw, we'll consider boarding it back in. We also don't know if they're going to use their graveyard or not either. So alright, let's cast some spells this game if we can. That'd be really cool. I mean, it's better. It's better. So not great. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. This is whatever they play, they're probably going to be Oath of Kaiing anyway, but... Alright, well... This is a little sketch. Could get negated here. This is pretty weird for a all-creature deck to have to keep 7 and have no plays. I'm going to play around negate here and just say go. The benefit of playing around negate is twofold, where if they play a creature here, and I get Teferi in play, the negate's now dead completely, so I think the waiting game favors us anyway, so yeah, they 100% have negate. It's not even close. We're going to kill this. Chill. We're effectively double Rashad and porting them every turn by making them leave mana up. Sure. Can't negate that. That's pretty good. We're going to rock that, I think. That's why it's good to have a little variety in your spells, you know? I mean, it's annoying, I suppose, but not really the end of the world. We're just gonna Teferi it, bounce it, blank the negate in their hand.
If you show remorse, I'll show you. Trust me, I have a plan.
That's pretty good too. Oh look, they have a negate, surprise. Veil of Summer now is also dead because we have Teferi in play. So I think we're still taking it though. I think Veil is the scariest card. Like the Leafkin Druids. I guess the worst case scenario is they draw Risen Reef, and the Leafkin Druid's actually good. I guess with Teferi in play, both these cards are actually just worthless. So I'll take the Druid. That's why I don't think Veil of Summer is great. It's just so bad against Teferi. Heh! Well, I guess we're very smart. Hit a temple too, it's pretty good. And this cry top. So good job taking the Leafkin Druid. Now that's pretty awkward, because we kind of want to cast Teferi, but we do want to also kill this Risen Reef. The fact that they topped is pretty scary. Probably, maybe playing Hydroid Crisis, I don't even know. We're just gonna Teferi. It's just too good.
No, let's skip to the good part.
You have plenty of 2-mana spells you could draw too. Alright, sure. So, let's see what card they topped was. Yep.
I'm getting too old for this.
It's going to be very important to keep us alive. That's pretty good. So, I guess punished a little bit for not killing it, but at the same time, we, now we have Teferi in play. We have to kill both of these, so I don't mind giving them a card or two if I get to untap with Teferi. Pretty good.
We need to move quickly.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I hope his draw step goes off, because that would be really annoying if it had stopped there. Draw step. What do they got? Chupacabra, Cavalier of Thorns, Lana Robe. So easy Cavalier. And I'm just going to hold this Thought Erasure for next turn. I'm not scared of Chupacabra or Lana Robes, so Narset sounds good to me. Yep. Yep. Chewbacca. I gotta say that in a while. Alright, definitely want to draw a Teferi, right? We do want to make sure this Teferi is alive. We could just tuck with Teferi on. What's Narset first? I may end up tucking with Teferi just to keep Time Raveler alive. Oh, nope, that's a Wrath. Alright, that works for me.
No time for a break.
Plus this.
No, I am not making this up as I
I'm gonna
go.
hold this in my hand. Could have like some sort of Ravenous Rat effect or something. Black, white. Black, white, sure. No. Ah, crap. I misclicked. I was meant to draw step it. That's such a tilt. Alright. That's really, really annoying. Pretty frustrating. Really sucks. Alright, I would have loved to have taken that, but that's fine. No biggie. If I kill this, they can put a card from the graveyard on top of their library. Which is just another Cavalier. I can also just tuck it too. Grasp or Wrath. Sure. Pretty close to ultimating, honestly. What are they going to do? Get another Cavalier, I guess? That's fine. We should ultimate next turn.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Sure. Sure. Ultimate looming. What's up? Okay. So they have Chupacabra in their deck. It's pretty interesting. So now we're definitely going to cut the Thieves back again. And I'll bring in the Fall of the Thrans again. And Ashiok seems relevant enough. It weakens the Cavalier. It's not great, but it obviously comes with the Fall of the Thran. Maybe I don't even want the Ashiok. It's possible we can just set up a Geddon without Ashiok using Teferi. That might be better. It's fine, actually. I mean, Ashiok is pretty nice against the Cavalier. I just don't know what card I'd actually want to cut. Pretty happy with basically every card here. Excuse me. Guess we can cut Jace. Maybe Oath of Kaya also isn't super necessary. Just kind of like the worst removal spell. Alright, let's cut Jace and Oath of Kaya. And leave in the Ashioks. Pretty happy that we played that game. Sorry for the misclick on the draw step, obviously. Opponent's mulliganed. We gotta keep. We may play another game we never cast a spell, but now we have duels, not check lands. Any land is Narset, any black land's Thought Erasure. We have to keep. Like, there are 26 lands in our deck. Like, you gotta draw a land eventually, you know? Black source. Damn it. Okay. Easy Thought Erasure. Only have 3 cards left. Try and take an important one. Find in 2 lands, yeah. Another black source. Love it. I guess Ashok's also gets Find too, which is kind of cool. I guess Disfigure's here to kill land or elves. We could just Narset as an impulse and gain 2 life. It's funny, actually. Ashiok also turns off the Neoform and the Prime Speaker. That's kind of cute. I didn't consider that. Ashiok is actually pretty good against them. Right. Just like, I'm not gonna, never seen a mill yet. Okay. No, I'm fine just Narsetting. We can Swamp for Disfigure. We have Teferi on tap. We have a Geddon. Oh, nope, can't do that. Never mind. I lied. That's not bad. Alright, you know what? We're going to take this Legion's End instead. And be a little greedy on that one. I'm still not going to mill. Yep. Could Disfigure and get one more shot at Narset, but I think I'm pretty happy with Legion's End here. That was good too. That was good too. Okay, so we're going to play Teferi Time Raveler.
Right on schedule.
We're gonna plus. Gonna Legion's End in their draw step, and I'm gonna start milling now. Negate Muldrotha. We draw a land, and it's Geddon time. It's time for flawless victory. We do it in their draw step, as if they drew a land or elf, we get to take it. Nope. Duplicate, duplicate, shifting Ceratops. That is pretty annoying. That's a good draw step from our opponent. It's actually really good draw step. Jeez. Well, we can Geddon, but there'll be a Ceratops in play, and we can't take that many hits. Alright, well, it's very... They can't quasi-duplicate it because it's pro blue. That's pretty cool.
I am not going to sit this one out. Hold that thought.
It's not great. Because there's no reason not to mill, because if it's Ashiok, I'm pretty happy anyway, so... Immortal Sun? That's a card. Alright, Disfigure can save Teferi if they want to attack Teferi. It's kind of cool. This is certainly not ideal, but I'd much prefer to untap with Teferi and play than not, so...
Hey, that was uncalled for.
Just gotta find a Wrath, or a removal spell, or a Noxious Grasp, or a cast down, or something.
Hurry!
No, just lands. Alright, we're gonna Geddon. We get lands back, they don't, so it's just literally can they kill us before we draw a kill spell or not. It doesn't really change anyway, so we're doing it. Don't enjoy doing this behind, obviously, but we're on a 2-turn clock, but next turn we're going to have 4 mana. Attacking us, so... Othakaya, that keeps us alive. Swamp. And then Godless Shrine, not going to. And then we draw for Teferi.
Keep up the pace.
That'll play. That will do. That will definitely do.
Behold, this has lost my appetite.
Alright, go to 2. It's pretty funny. Another Fall of the Thran. We have 2 black sources in play. Yes, we do. I get those 2 back. We're not going to pay 2 life. That would be pretty foolish.
Hold that thought.
Drowned Catacomb. Alright, we are going to cast Kaya's Wrath. And are we going to play a land? You can just... Alright, cool. Well, there you go. Geddon. It's not common to cast a Geddon with a pro-blue 5 power creature in play when you're at 9 life, but it was correct there. We had a million outs and we hit one, so great. There is some justice in the world. Alright, Bacon Bolts. That was pretty cool. Everything worked out the way it was supposed to. It's nice when that happens, you know? And again, and that's the kind of match where you saw the incidentalness of Ashiok, you know? It's not going to be amazing against some decks, but hey, it turns off their Cavalier. Hey, it turns off their Fine Finality. Hey, it turns off this. We got some hands. We got hands. Alright, we're going to mulligan. I swear this is just the usual Esper mana base. We're going to keep. We're going to ship Ashiok here. It isn't the least impactful card. I'm just going to mulligan, so we're going to keep. And we're going to hopefully draw Black Source. Temple of Mystery. Sure. This looks a little familiar. Just saying. A little bit familiar. Well, I guess we're playing a game. We don't play any spells again. They obviously have Growth Spiral. Alright, so they're playing Banscape Shift. Okay, so the problem with this matchup is if you miss land drops and fall behind, it can be very hard to win. Because they keep making zombies, but we can't get ahead. Ooh, hello. Alright, maybe this is Ali and Trazi's Golos deck. Oh, triple land, thank God. Alright, I would like to cast Thought Erasure, but I would also like to kill this Risen Reef. Teferi is not playable right now. And if we Thought Erasure, maybe we can Wrath. I mean, we don't even have a land. I mean, it's very hard to put their hand together. We just played the best two cards on curve, so like there wasn't really a choice to make. So it's hard to place what their hands might be. We are significantly behind on lands. They're now 2 lands ahead. So we missed a land drop. We're going to Thought Erasure. Oh my god. Their hand is insane. We might just be going to the next game again. I think it's definitely Golos, but we're in huge trouble. Alright, that's a start. Golos finds Field of the Dead. So we need them to just not find Field of the Dead off of this Rejuvenator or off of anything else. They're deciding to Rejuvenator and not Route, and they found Field of the Dead. Alright, so now we're dead. We're just too far behind. You can't miss a land drop in a matchup like this. Yeah. We're just going to the next game. We're not gonna. I guess we'll keep playing. Fine. We have Krasis. We can Teferi plus. Yeah, we'll Teferi plus. They can attack it to 1. They can set up instant speed Wrath.
Here we go.
So this is Ali's, Ali Antrazi, fellow Cool Stuff writer, good dude, friend of mine. Well, that just changes everything. Alright, I'm going to the next game. We're dead. It's fine. We lost to Ali twice in Fandom Legends 2 weeks ago. We lost him in the round 5 of the Swiss, or both locked for top 8 anyway, and then lost to him in top 8 as well. And our deck should be good against theirs, but if you fall behind, as you saw that game, you miss a land drop or two, it is pretty hard to catch back up. Despite the fact that we're playing, Armageddon and Ashiok in our main deck. But, alright, so we're going to need to get rid of Disfigure, and Legion's End is fine. Cast the Elderspell's got to go. Oath of Kai is not great. We're going to want Duress to an extent. We're going to want Dovin's Veto, Thief of Sanities. Is Grasp better than Cast Down? Grasp can't kill a zombie, and Cast Down can. Neither is particularly great. You currently have no Oath of Kai's and 3 Wraths. I think I'm okay with this. Alright, let's make some land drops. I didn't do a great job making land drops against Ali either. Alright. That's better. Keep. I like this hand. Good stuff. Gruul Guildgate. Alright, what are you working with? A 2-lander. God, they're going to draw so many lands. Alright. Risen Reef is not guaranteed to hit a land. They aren't actually playing any elementals either. This Teferi is a little weird too, but we have Cast Down. We're going to take one of these Rejuvenators, I think. I guess Rejuvenator, they find land 3, this finds land 4 pretty easily. Maybe just take Golos, honestly. Golos is very good. Finding the Field of Dead is so important. I guess the Rejuvenator also finds it. Alright, I'll take a Rejuvenator. I mean, their hand is literally just... It's funny, because one of our games against Ali was just like this. They had a 2-land hand, and he just spiked the 3rd land untapped on... Remember, a lot of our lands come into play tapped, too. They have a lot of Temples and Guild Gates and random crap. So, in the tournament, Ali spiked an untapped land in this exact scenario the next turn on me. So, let's hope it doesn't happen again. Alright, so they drew a land, which is good for them, but it's a tap land, so Duress. Alright, that's not great. And we gotta cast this Teferi on time. We need to draw a land next turn. Teferi or Nexus. I'm pretty sure it's just Teferi. Alright, please draw a land next turn. They can do it. Why can't we? Yep. And please don't find Field of the Dead. Thank God. And no natural land drop. And we draw a land. Man, we're running hot now. I don't have any white either for Teferi.
I won't hide. Hurry!
It's pretty good. Definitely like Narset here a lot. That's totally fine. You can tickle my Teferi.
Don't make another move.
It's an interesting choice to attack the Teferi and then Grasp. Try and draw out a kill spell, I guess. Makes sense, actually. It's actually a good play. They're not going to win the game by 1 damage anyway, so why not try and make me waste the kill spell on this? Lucky for me, I have another one.
I know. Let's skip to the good part.
I probably should have played the blue land because I have Narset in my hand, but it doesn't really matter that much. Tickle my Teferi.
I won't let you win.
Just tickle. Alright, so that's not great. They drew a land, it's untapped, and it's a white source. So they get to Golos here. And then they have Agent of Treachery lined up too, and Nexus of Fate. It's certainly not great. We're probably gonna Wrath this turn. Nothing to cast down. Thief of Sanity.
No time for a break.
Of course, the issue here is if they draw a land, they can steal my Teferi with Agent of Treachery, which is pretty annoying. Question is, what does Narset do for us? Not really much. Pretty sure it's just Wrath and then Thief of Sanity. There's no extra clause here, it just steals it forever. It's not like we can kill it or something. Golos is real good. Where's my Armageddon at? You know? Give me that Armageddon. Like, maybe Armageddon is a cause for wanting to cast Narset last turn. If I'd cast Narset, I would have had 8 looks at Armageddon. I'm like, I don't know how good Thief of Sanity is going to be anyway. That might have been a mistake. So now we're 1 mana short of Armageddoning. We could tuck. I guess the first thing we should do is stack. Nexus of Fate, please. Really? I mean, we ain't tucking, so let's draw Armageddon.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Hallowed Fountain. What's Narset say? Narset says,
keep an open mind.
God, there's the Armageddon. Where have you been all my life? Now the problem is we're behind, though, because once they play the Agent and steal Planeswalker, now the Geddon isn't even good anymore. Oh, boy. Killing me, Smalls. I mean, if we big Teferi, we can at least tuck our Teferi if they do that. We could Narset again, too. It sucks to get rid of Geddon, though. Just like 1 turn behind. Yeah, so actually, if we hadn't Thief of Sanity and we had just Narset the previous turn, we would have Geddon this turn and probably won the game. So, I guess they would still have stuff in play, but I don't know. Alright, whatever. I think we want Big Teferi to tuck our Teferi when they steal it. How much that stinks. And then I kind of want to Narset again. We lose some value if we Narset again, though. Yeah, we'll just say go. Now we're in a rough spot, so they can activate this. If they hit Nexus and stuff, things can get ugly. Yes, there's Agent Retchery. Gonna steal my Teferi, I assume. Yeah, I think we're falling behind here. Alright. Nothing doing for Narset.
I shall miss your company.
I'm gonna tuck my Thief of Sanity. Alright. I think you want to draw a Wrath here. That is a Hallowed Fountain. I don't know if we can win anymore.
If you wish to see, I have just the trick for this.
Oh boy. Problem is we take the Nexus and they can just activate Goalless anyway.
Show remorse. Keep up the pace.
It's funny, we were struggling to find lands before. Yeah, I mean, this matchup is just too bad, even with the Armageddon. It just feels like that with Ashiok and Armageddon, this should be like what we're looking to play against, but their late game stuff is just so ridiculous. Alright, so we'll cast down the Agent, because Legions then can kill the tokens. Like, they have a, what's it called in play, too? Arch of Araska. Like, I don't know how this deck ever beats Mono Red or Vampires. Like, ever. Every card in the deck costs 4 more, for the most part, and it's just all tap lands. But in these sorts of control-y matchups, They just have so many tools. Field of Edge is so good too.
We need to move quickly.
So they pop off on Golas here, and then just if they hit a Nexus bait, we're just good. No? Alright. Now we can draw Wrath at least. They hit another Field of Dead off the Prison Reef? I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like firing off Golos much, much better, because now I actually have outs. I'm dumb. Oh, they can still do it with the Teferi. Alright, well.
No time for a break.
I was almost hoping to draw land there for a little complaint equity, you know? Complaint equity is pretty important. Alright. God, stupid Ollie deck. Just don't understand his decks. They don't make any sense. There's all... I don't know. Alright. 1-1. Damn you, Ollie. Damn you. I mean, I guess maybe we did punt that game, though, because we could have Geddoned if we had not played Thief of Sanity, and the Thief wasn't even that good. I mean, we're going to keep. We have to draw land, but I think we can keep. We're really struggling with lands today. We're playing 26 lands. Like, if you don't draw land, we just don't do anything. I want a mulligan. On the draw, you can keep it, but... Ooh, combo. We're going to keep this. We're going to ship Ashiok. Right? It's Ashiok or Fall of Thran. These are like late game wombo combo cards, not I mulligan to 6 on the play kind of cards, you know? I guess Fall of Thran is less castable. I'll ship that. Boreal Grazer Sultai. Interesting. Alright, so they're... I mean, they could be playing the non-scape shift, like Yarok deck. They are pretty ahead. I guess we're going to Ashiok and turn off Circuitous Route and stuff. Do I mill them? I don't think so.
And horror are the ingredients of the perfect meal.
Nothing. That's a good sign that they have nothing there. They likely have search cards they can't cast, and this turns off. This turns off Hydroid Crisis. I'm gonna mill. I don't have any power in play. I'll see what's up here. Alright, just Sultai lands, nothing really super interesting. Excuse me. That's really bad for us. I thought we were the deck that was killing lands. Jeez.
Meditate and prepare.
I mean, I can't even cast Narset, so... Yeah, that sucked.
This isn't a fight you can win. I've got something.
I did say I like this card when the set first came out. I'm pretty sure we can't win again. Yeah, I mean, we're just way too far behind to ever win.
Don't worry, I got this.
Opponent's got to make some pretty critical errors here to lose this game. I guess our path, I guess Disfigure. If they can only make one zombie a turn, then Disfigure could buy us some time. That's not bad. Alright, so you're telling me there's a chance.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes nothing, I agree.
You've already lost. You just do this.
Mill Krasis Blast Zone, draw Godless Shrine. Alright. Yeah, I mean that's all they got. I'm pretty about it. Alright, they definitely have a Krasis in their hand. Because that's the only reason Narset would be important. As long as we can keep them off Krasis, I'm actually not feeling that bad anymore. This felt so bad, but perhaps I was...
It's a matter of giving.
Vraska, that. Cast down is great. Plus this.
Let's try this.
Alright. That Geddon's on the bottom of our deck. Reshuffled. Nope, there it is. It's working its way back up from Narset activations and stuff. It's pretty funny. Alright, yeah, let's just poke it again. Spending one card every turn to kill a zombie doesn't really feel good, but, you know, we're working through our issues here. Working through our issues. Wow. They have 3 cards in hand, and none of them are lands. Oath of Gaia.
How you play that.
Mill to the Elderspell. Alright, that's fine, I guess.
Might be a bad idea.
Very weird game. What do they have in their hand? Like, if they had a Krasis, you just cast it, right? Not going anywhere for a while. Grab Snickers. Hashtag not sponsored.
Let's try this.
Just slowly digging our way to that fall of the Thran. Alright, well now we're really cooking here.
Right. Let's skip to the good part.
We haven't plussed Teferi, so we can't, Vraska, sure.
Go ahead. Beg
Kill
for
Narset?
mercy.
I mean,
The day
okay.
I have
Now what,
reached
though?
my limit.
They play Krasis when we're already, like, super far ahead, and I guess Elderspell, Ultimate Teferi. That feels nice. Alright, so... a 5/5 Krasis drawing 2 cards, not the end of the world. Thought Erasure. That feels pretty good.
Don't
So
worry. I got this.
I can just Elderspell here, kill Teferi, kill Vraska, Ultimate Teferi, draw off of Jace, and this game is pretty over. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sorry, I can actually Jace Ultimate.
Fortune favors you.
Farewell.
Oh, but I wanted a Jace Ultimate and exile 7 perm. I was having fun. God. Alright, so obviously on the Geddon plan still. Ashiok's coming in. Kind of like a weird deck, similar to Ollie's, but playing Casualties of War. It looks like to have more of a Sultai base. I want Dovin's Veto. I mean, they have Vraska's. Doesn't really mean Elderspell is good. It means our Thief of Sanities don't seem very good. Definitely want Duresses. Don't want Disfigure. I don't think I want Elderspell. And these Oaths also aren't great. Like, we're oathing zombies that game. It's not particularly what we're looking to do. Definitely want... I want all... Honestly, against Golos, I want just all the Wraths. No Elderspell, no Noxious Grasp. We're going to try this. We're on the draw. On the play, we might try and get back to Thief of Sanity, but let's try this for now. Opponent mulligans. We're going to keep... I mean, we have Thought Erasure, Ashiok. Obviously, we have 2 check lands, but we're on the draw, and they mulliganed. I'm just going to keep. We run the risk of falling behind. We're up a game. We have 2 turns to draw land. That was 1. Alright, well, that's a land. Did not specify super clearly. Temple of Mystery, Rakdos Guildgate. Selesnya Guildgate. Alright, Thought Erasure. Oh my god, that is a thick hand. All spells, no lands. This is the kind of hand we don't want to see. Because they're going to have time, you know? And we're not going to be pressuring them to broad. It's obviously Rejuvenator because it's the only card they can cast. Just hope they miss on a land for a turn. Ashiok does turn off Golos and Rout, but Vraska can kill the Ashiok, so it's a little awkward. Narset's gone. Here's a land. May draw a land here and cast Rout. We're in big trouble. Gotta be untapped land too, though. You know, these are all tap lands, so... These decks are so greedy. Alright, let's draw a Thought Erasure for this Golos. Not good. Well, now they have their Field of the Dead, and things get really ugly for us. We were pretty behind on lands. Ashiok just dies. I guess Ashiok buys us a turn. If we play Ashiok, then they play Vraska, but it doesn't really do anything. We're just gonna Jace. Vraska's not bad against us.
Always an answer.
We have Veil Summer too. Right. I mean, super easy Golos. Like, no?
Fortunately, I won't have to remember.
I mean, I guess it's kind of worse for us. No land 7. I guess we could Narset into Duress, in theory.
I have practiced it with thoughtfulness before action.
This card is very good against us. I mean, go nuts. Honestly, our hand isn't really great. Like, they go another turn without casting Golos, I'm gonna be really surprised. Just getting the field onto the battlefield is so important. Yep. This card's so good. Alright, I mean, another non-land, cast down.
I'm known for my excellent timing.
Land? No. Alright. Probably going to game 3. I think I'll also just activate Golos too. I don't know if they're playing Nexus or not, though. I guess hitting Casualties of War for free is pretty good, too, though. That's interesting.
I was not prepared for this.
They have Hydroid Crisis? No. Were they just planning on killing both and it didn't matter what they did? Sure. So that choice wasn't really a choice, didn't matter. Normally, if they had killed Narset over Teferi, we had to try and figure out why, but they were just doing both, so... And we can't kill this Vraska. Oh my god. We're going to the next game. We cannot beat the agent also. Alright. Had so many bombs. Too many 7-drops. Alright, let's try again. I don't think I want Thief. They have Vraska. I guess we'd have 8 or 7 discard spells. I think we're gonna leave it. Just try and get Ashiok online. It is annoying that Vraska can kill Ashiok when normally they don't kill Ashiok very well. They have a number of ways to do it. Better not lose this one too. If we lose to another lands deck with our Armageddon deck, I'm gonna feel pretty sad. God, you're killing me. Alright, we're gonna keep 6-card hand. Hopefully we draw a land. Gonna ship the Legion's End. It's just like by far the least impactful card. I am not going to Duress on 1. I want to let them draw 1 more card, and there's almost nothing they can play on turn 1 that matters. Except for Veil of Summer. Okay. I mean, they had to draw a untapped green land. They can't have more than like 4 of those in their deck. So, whatever. We'll just wait. Please draw land. Yeah. See, the problem is that missing that 1 land drop loses us the entire game because now we're behind. Now we Teferi and they Vraska. Or we should have Teferi in play and be able to untap, you know? Just brutal.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Let's guarantee our value. Yeah, see now we're just behind, you know? Golos is very good. Golos or Field of Ruin is going to be a real thing for sure post-rotation. You could almost argue that Golos is better than Scape Shift. Scape Shift is so all in. And it doesn't matter what we do now, we're just dead. Like, they just have... You know how many lands, you can't do anything, they have a creature in play, which... It's just unfortunate. I don't even want to see their hand. I'm sure it's very good. Yeah. Duress and Vraska. We just can't do anything. I'm just going to go to the next game. Alright, pretty unfortunate, obviously, to just miss some land drops. But, c'est la vie. So now we've lost to the Golos deck twice. Oh, why do I even play Armageddon? You know, playing Ashiok Armageddon for a reason. This keeps happening. Maybe their natural advantage against Esper is just too strong. Alright. Come on. Let's go. Alright. You love to see it. Let's go. Wombo combo. Alright, I mean, obviously the worst matchup for the Wombo combo is Vampires, but that's okay. Not a problem. Well, that's really, really good for us. Okay, so they have 3 dead. They basically have nothing. They have literally a Savannah Lions, and that is it, because their entire hand is blank. Because we have no creatures in our deck, so... Short. Okay, so that does throw off our Teferi a little bit. I wanted to play Teferi and bounce, but now they can attack and kill it, so we're just going to say go and hope they don't draw Sorin. I guess Sorin isn't even that bad. My mouse might be dying. The battery in my mouse. So, would love to play nothing here. Alright, that should probably do it.
I know my responsibility. Trust me, I have a plan.
Vicious Conquistador. Cast down Thought Erasure. Okay.
Here we go.
Draw step, Thought Erasure. Least favorite sentence in Standard. They have Champion of Dusk and Sanctum Seeker. Okay. I mean, it's definitely Champion of Dusk. And we have a Disfigure on top. Okay. That's fine. So we'll let this hit this for 1. We can Disfigure this, and we can cast down the Sanctum Seeker. We're not there yet, but, you know, we're pretty close to being there. Clearly boarding this out in this matchup. Our control cards are enough to beat them. We don't need to try and rely on some hokey combo with 2 cards that don't do too much on their own. That's the benefit, though, is that even though these cards aren't very good against them, our deck naturally is good against them, and in game 1s they have dead removal spells, so everything lines up pretty well.
This might be a bad idea.
Alright, you're up. Legion Lieutenant. I guess I want to kill that. Which figure?
Time for plan B.
Land? No, but not the worst.
That's more like it.
Always doing this. I'm not sure why I'm doing this.
My dreams dissipate.
Alright, so we're going to draw step. Legion's End. Try and Mai as a Vicious Conquistador in their hand. Nope, just Swamp.
Oh, I've done the
They're
hero
probably going to
thing.
scoop to this Teferi.
Sorry I'm late. Hold that thought.
This. You will be haunted.
So clearly the Armageddon here looks very win more because it isn't a matchup like this. You know, we need this against the bigger decks with Field of the Dead and stuff because we can't win the late games. Whereas, obviously, in a late game like this, they can't beat Teferi because they're playing Savannah Lions in their deck. So, The old black screen of death. Alright, so Fall of Thran and Ashiok are gone. Elderspell might be gone. They bring in Gideon's. Let's think a little. See what we're boarding in. Grasps, Bell-Haunts, Wrath, and they got Eternals. I don't think we need Jace, Wielder of Mysteries either. I want this Disfigure too, definitely. I'm gonna shave it Teferi, I think. Shave it big Teferi. And probably call it a day here. I don't mind shaving a Thought Erasure on the draw. That's good. It's a good answer to Champion of Dusk. Well, I guess Narset is too. That's kind of cool. That's kind of the design problem with both Narset and Teferi Time Raveler, is that they're just incidentally good against so many different things. Like, it's like, oh, it's good there too. Oh, it's good there too, you know? When you're already playing the cards, it's good. Like, the extra value you get off of it, so many random weird scenarios, it makes the cards so frustrating. Guess, yeah, I mean, Disfigure is one of our better removal spells, and we can draw some spells here, but, you know, like, we don't really care about Legion's Landing. Come on, Arena, you can do it. Memory Late's gotten bad lately. Sure. Okay, so we definitely want to build to the Wrath. So I would like to not disfigure either thing in play right now. Okay, well now we probably just have to. It's also a third creature for landing, so we're going to do this. I want to say disfigure for a Danto Vanguard when possible. Okay. So we are land heavy, but at the same time we have a Wrath, and they're spell heavy, which isn't great, but they haven't flipped landing yet. They soar on us. Things could get ugly. We do have a lot of lands here, but it's fine. Narset's good. Alright, so easy Wrath. And then Narset does turn off Champion of Dusk, so if we can avoid Sorin, Show and Tell in Champion of Dusk for a turn, we can, it looks like. Sure. I'm feeling reasonably good about this game so far. They had the third land, interesting.
I know 88 ways I have just the trick for this.
All those cards are really good. And we're going to disfigure this immediately. Not allow them to pump it. This game feels pretty over. Matchup's pretty good. Alright, so not a very exciting match there, but... So 2-2. I can't believe we've lost to the Golos deck twice. And then I lost to it twice in the tournament too. But, alright. Let's play against a ramp deck. Let's beat them, please, with our Armageddons. We're literally playing the card Armageddon in our standard deck, and we're losing into these land-based decks. Oh, boy. You know... Alright, I want Golos. I want you to play Field of the Dead on me. If we knew they were playing Field of the Dead, maybe, but we're going to mulligan the sand. That is a lot better. We're going to ship the Elderspell. Both of these are pretty conditional, but this is better later in the game. This is better earlier in the game, and I don't have any kill spells right now. I'd rather just have the utility of a kill spell, and a discard spell, and a card draw spell. So... Elderspell is Gonzo. Temple of Triumph usually means feather. Let's see. It does. And they have all spells. Main deck Honor Guard. Oh man, this poor Dreadhorde Arcanist. You hate to see it. Legion's End, you hate to see it. God's Willing is definitely very annoying. But they lack the mana to really utilize it super well. And we do need to kill Krenko. But if they like get really patient and try and wait for Dreadhorde till they have God's Willing up, that could be ugly for us. I kind of want to take Krenko though. Not taking Dreadhorde is kind of like a little bit of a tell. We have Legion's End though. It's actually a pretty tough choice. I mean, we can kill Krenko. We have rats in our deck and stuff too. I'm taking God's Willing. Yeah, that plays. Just putting the 1 mana spell in the graveyard too incentivizes them to play the 1/3 a little bit. The Arcanist, not the Honor Guard. Alright, well, you hate to see it, but you actually love to see it. Their last card's a land, sure. And they probably Krenko, we probably Oath of Kaya. It's very strange they didn't play Clifftop Retreat. They played the planes they drew for turn. I don't know why you would do that. We know they have this. Now we know their entire hand. I think they could have been more patient with their Sheltering Light and their Krenko. Like, why not just wait a turn? Keep Sheltering Light up, you know? Why wait? I mean, why not wait? This is all you got left at this point, you know? The Honor Guard's not doing anything at all. So, like, this is your way to win. Because it can win a game by itself. Yeah, that's an Honor Guard. Okay. Pretty sure we just Thought Erasure first. They thought for a bit. Let's see what their choice was. Reckless Rage or Sheltering Light? Well, not many targets for Reckless Rage here, so yeah, we are seeing the benefit of not playing any creatures, which is kind of nice.
The focus hone your prowess.
2-in-1 video. Our deck is literally 34 spells. It's basically losing 4 coin flips in a row, and they're better than coin
Fury
flips.
will only lead you astray.
That's just good deck building. I'm like, oh man, what are they gonna take? Nothing. They ain't gonna take anything.
Meditate and prepare.
Armageddon. Armageddon's not very good right here. I guess we're just wrapping. I mean, like, now we know we have it. They're not going to play into it. We just cast it now, I guess. hold the land. Yeah, follow Thran without Teferi or an Ashiok is tough. Hello.
Let's slow this down.
How do you do?
I am not making this up as I go.
Big Teferi, man. All my friends are here now. Where's that Armageddon? Give me that Armageddon pack. Disfigure.
Here goes nothing.
Sure.
Let's slow this down.
Yeah, I mean, clearly cards like Reckless Rage and Takali Honor Guard, not really too great against us. Yeah, the Arena memory leak lag it's pretty bad. 2 Noxious Grasp, a 3rd Disfigure. We're going to cut our Wombo combo because there's an aggro deck. We're going to cut the Elderspell, it's not very good. Keep a Wrath in. Don't want these Basilica Bell-Haunts. They do block most of their stuff pretty well. And I don't mind nabbing their last card either. I guess we're a little light on ways to actually kill the card Feather. All we have is Grasp, Wrath, and Teferi, but like we can't really change that. And End of the God Eternals is so unwieldy that we can't really trust it. Yeah, we're gonna bring in 2 Bell-Haunts and cut Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. Let's try this. We'll see what their deck looks like post board. See if we're interested in Thief of Sanity or not. Yeah, good plays. Disfigure's not great, but it does kill a Danto Vanguard, which is pretty important. Alright, we're going to play this tapped. We leave it up and try and tempo it at Danto Vanguard. They just don't cast it. Alright, they're being more patient this game? Sure. Let's punish them for that. We're open. Their hand is Defiant Strike, Sheltering Light, Shock, Krenko, Ajani, Feather. Their hand is pretty bad. They have these tricks, but no mana to use them. They have a 4-drop and a couple 3-drops. Definitely thinking Feather, it's the hardest card to kill. Definitely shipping the Wrath. They draw running lands here, and they're very careful with their Krenko. Doesn't even matter, because we have Disfigure. They have Sheltering Light. Sheltering Light is no God's Willing. God's Willing is very good, but... Alright, well, we've entered a really awkward game state of both of us being mana screwed. Okay, one of us is no longer mana screwed. Yeah, being smart, though. Alright, well, we're going to discard one of these Narsets, I guess. And they're going to play it safe here a little bit. Trying to look for a protection spell for their Krenko. Or an Ajani. I think it's got to be Narset. So they play Krenko. If we cast down the Sheltering Light, if we Disfigure, it just dies. I'm gonna just see the Disfigure. Which figure? Land. Oh, I love to see it. Alright, Narset. Do your stuff. I can shock here to take an activation away from Narset, but almost missed it again. Jeez. I imagine they will.
You could use some training.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. With Sheltering Light up too. Alright. We have Kaya's Wrath available. We might, It's actually pretty interesting. Problem is that the Sheltering Light and the Ajani are both good post-Wrath plays, but they don't have any 2-drops though, so Ajani's actually not doing much this game. We don't draw a land. Okay, so we attempt to Oath. We just run into their Sheltering Light, and they get to Scry. I'm pretty sure we just Thought Erasure. We can also just like end step cast down. They protect it, unstap, Oath of Kaya it. But they're gonna have Johnny this turn probably. Maybe. If I Thought Erasure, this Warboss kills pretty quick. All right, maybe we just need to Thought Erasure the Ajani. Ajani is pretty good. If we cast down, untap, we kill it. It's still there. Yeah. Alright. I guess that's not a black source. We can't guess the Wrath yet, but I think we can't turn a land down. Maybe we could have. I just saw land, snapped it off, but maybe I was wrong. It's funny because Legion's End can mop up the Goblin tokens if necessary. Like a boss. Okay. Now, yeah, we're just gonna say go. If I Oath of Kaya now, I give him the chance to scry. So we're just gonna go try and kill the war boss on their turn, like main phase pre-combat. That's weird. Should have stopped on your phase. It stops it on their phase. Direfleet Daredevil. Oh, that's really good. That takes our Wrath. Jeez. I'm in a bit of trouble here, honestly. Alright, so they take Wrath. We get to Oath of Kaya, the War Boss. We're not in bad shape here. I guess they get to draw a card off their stupid thing, but... Oath of Kaya, War Boss, then Legions End the Goblins, and then just try and work our way back into the game. We certainly have resources and they don't, so... Sack with everything. Put him in the red zone. Sure. They want to mentor onto a 2/2 and be really cutesy. Not even. That's funny. Doesn't really help us, but... Am I dead? We go to 9, 2, 4, 6, 7. We are not dead yet. Alright, so we need an untapped black source to go to 1. That is not an untapped black source. Alright, I mean, tough game there. Maybe you're gonna talk me into a mulligan, but that's fine. Is it weird I want to bring in Thief of Sanity? Actually, this is have Shock in their deck. Never mind. I'm not bringing Thief of Sanity. That's ridiculous. This is fine. We're good. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Yep. What do we ship? This is tough. I kind of want everything. They mulliganed. I really want this Basilica Bell-Haunt. Oh boy, what do we ship here? Everything's so good. Is it maybe Cast Down? I think it's Cast Down. Because we're on the play, so we can Oath of Kaya their 2-drop. And I want the bell. Yeah, I think it's Cast Down. It's really weird, but... They mulligan also, so resources are scarce, so I like Bell-Haunt a lot. Bell-Haunt blocks almost everything. Gains life, makes it discard a card. Just feels pretty great. They mulliganed. 2/6. Let's roll. Sure. Makes Narset easier to cast if we draw it. Okay. Pretty happy with an Oath of Kaya here. This is a card that can grow bigger than Bell-Haunt and give them some value with scries and stuff. Biggest question here is, do we Bell-Haunt or nah? I mean, need some spells. We're going to Bell-Haunt, try and milk out a good Wrath. Fortunately, it doesn't take much for the Legionnaire to beat the Bell-Haunt in combat, which kind of sucks, but... They have Reckless Rage in their deck post-board. Okay, I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world. War Boss in the bin? Sure. If they have like Feather here with like a indestructible thing, we could be in trouble. I mean, if their literal last card is the indestructible spell, they probably only have 1 or 2 of in their deck, and so be it. Sure. Yeah, they have like 4 Gods Willing and like 1 of that card probably. It's just not very good. Alright, so they get to scry and scry again and have nothing, but we also have nothing, so double scry, double bottom. That sounds pretty good to us. Alright, well, top deck war. I still have Gods Willing, which is really good, so it's a pretty good one. That's also pretty good.
Right on schedule. Keep up the pace.
That's pretty funny. Alright. Not the most effective answer, but that's okay. It's gonna be a while before Krenko and friends kill this, right? Actually, not. It's just 2 turns, but it's 2 attacks, so we get some life too. Oh, we have 4 Wraths. We're probably gonna need them.
Time for plan B, as soon as I think of one.
Yes, I would think of something, my friend. And something is not drawing more lands. What did I just say? Well, we could be in trouble here, folks. They're about to kill my Teferi, and I got a bunch of lands in my hand. Yeah, Teferi's dead.
We will meet again.
Please help me. That doesn't really help me. I mean, their hand has to be really, really blank for them to just God's willing to scry. Another Krenko and a God's willing. I mean, at this point, we kind of just need a Wrath, but the God's willing is still way too good for later on, so... Jesus. And this is 9. Krenko kills pretty quick. We have 3 Kaya's Rats in our deck. I guess the Legion's End isn't the worst either. That's a start.
Mind and body should keep an open mind.
Oh, better lucky than good, I suppose. We've drawn a million lands, so I don't feel too bad about it. Get another Narset shot too. All right, Noxious Grasp. You gotta chill out.
I have just the trick for this.
If they have exactly the indestructible card, this is worse than Disfigure, but I think Game of Life is good, and that touching that card is just like pretty unlikely. So, all right, here we are. Here we are. We have their good creatures covered. That's really good. Like Feather, the Haster.
I can no longer. You know what? I'm not done yet.
Alright, this is starting to tilt the scales in our favor a little bit here.
Hone your prowess.
I think it's just a Teferi. Teferi basically turns off their tricks anyway, so Thought Erasure is kind of worthless. Yeah, this game's over. Sure. Alright, I mean, we got lucky to find the Wrath. We also drew a lot of lands too, so we could have drawn the Wrath earlier, but... Alright, so... obviously, in comical fashion, we went 3-2. We lose to the 2 decks we're trying to beat. The big mana ramp decks with our Armageddon. It beat everything else. That's just Magic. If that's not Magic for you, I don't know what is. But deck's definitely fun. If you already have the cards for Esper Control, looking for something a little more fun, this should be right up your alley. It feels pretty fun, as you saw, to resolve a Fall of the Thran especially with an Ashiok in play. So definitely a lot of fun factor here, but also a powerful deck too. Went 3-2, and we probably could have won at least one of those goals matchups, maybe. So deck's a lot of fun. I know we're at the end of a season, and it's not as exciting right now. The pre-rotation end of summer lull has been a famous period in Magic for kind of just being unexciting, and then the fall set comes and everything's like, yeah. But so just try and enjoy it while we can. And we got new cards coming. Throne of, I can't even pronounce the name, and something, I don't even know. I'll look into it. I'll do a little research. Don't you worry. But we'll have plenty of articles and content all about the new cards, the new set, and the new standard and everything real soon. But thanks for watching, of course, so much here on CoolStuffInc.com. Don't forget there's a companion article to this video on CoolStuffInc.com. As always, with all my videos here on CoolStuffInc, you can go to CoolStuffInc.com proper, read the article, and get some knowledge, Also, while you're there, do some shopping. Best game store on the web, not close. Use promo code GYM5 for 5% off your order on CoolStuffInc.com. Get your Magic singles, your sealed product, your board games, card games, miniatures. It's all on there. You name it, they got it. And best service around, too. So, CoolStuffInc.com. Check it out, and I will see you fine folks next week. I'm Jim Davis, signing off. See you guys next time.